Due to the chaotic nature of the Degens, there was an unplanned destruction of the recordings of their adventures. With these unforeseen circumstances, this fireside retelling is the only remaining record of this chapter of their journey. Act 1, Part 1. Traveling north from Elmenhof. This is the story of what happened on this particular day as the party was making their way towards El Riel. Roland in front of the magic coach containing the rest of the party, all escorting diplomats from Elmenhof.
I would like to explore more of the port of Braden this fine day.
On their way to the port of Braden.
Onward, compatriots, allons.
Orlo studies his books riding on the back of the magical carriage. Laya, Emmerin mount a cannon on top of it. They make their way through the southern outpost, where Orlo had some interesting dealings on their way in, but the guards could care less and did not mind them in the slightest.
Did they really not remember us? My plan worked.
Act 1, Part 2. Onward to the port of Braden. The party travels north towards Braden. As they arrive outside, they notice that the population of the town is very poor, evidenced by a group of citizens seeking entry for work and trade. Laya begins throwing coins at the children outside. Roland keeps his eyes peeled for bandits.
Oh, look at Miss Noble over here tossing out money to the rabble.
They're copper.
Yes, Laya. Do you simply hate the poor?
So Roland spends his time contracting a few people to travel back to the south of Elmenhof to help Michelle build the chapel for their order. He hands them a note, a sum of money, and makes them swear before Truthseeker to deem that they are worthy. Act 2, Part 1. Entering the port of Braden. The port of Braden is a town of roughly 1,000 people. It's a very busy town, full of people trading, doing their jobs, and manning the docks. As always, Sir Roland finds his way to the local church to pay his penance. This particular church, dedicated to Sisson, Archon of the Tide. Emmerin and Laya spend their time trying to find a place to sell a few trinkets, as well as pick some things up for the carriage.
Aya, what are these? And why are they soft?
Old lace and the pillows for lying on.
I must have them.
Laya manages to persuade herself into the good graces of one of the merchants and makes an incredible sum of money from the things she is selling. As the party reconvenes at the local inn, the captain's quarters, they attempt to procure land for Roland's order here. They meet the owner of the inn, Halen Fairlight. They also learn about her husband, Captain Gavin Fairlight. Gavin is the unofficial town director. Kaelin gives them a bit of trouble. They spend some time drinking, gathering rumors within the inn, and find out a few interesting pieces of information. Firstly, a Triton, Yegrin Nordath, has been secretly trying to move people in and out of the city. They also learn that the pass near Drayskin Citadel on the sailing route north to Bexcore has been closed for roughly 6 to 8 months now. The party discusses staging a political coup.
You know what? I'm down for some chaos. Fuck the bourgeoisie.
Does that mean Laya?
Oh, I don't treat people this way.
You were honestly just throwing copper at them.
But decide that now's not the time and they will return to address this at a later date. Act 2, Part 2. Leaving Braden. With the discussion of the bourgeoisie out of their heads, they decide to move north and continue on their way to El Riel. They stop at the northern outpost, with little to no issues, but on the path, Orlo decides he's going to forge some plants and get ingredients for some healing and sleeping potion.
I really have to make those at some point.
The party nestles down for the evening and sleeps in their magical carriage, now equipped with additional pillows. Act 3, Part 1. Heading towards El Riel. The party wakes up and makes their way south down into El Riel from the northern outpost. As always, they are greeted and received warmly as they enter the town. Emmerin and Orlo decide that they are going to introduce Sir Roland to Elpator, the local shop owner. Orlo ends up purchasing an herb satchel for his alchemy ingredients, while Roland purchases a hefty supply of lantern. Emmerin, though, sets his eyes on a creepy stuffed teddy bear.
I must have it.
That thing is definitely cursed.
What? This? I think he's fucking cute. Liar, won't you snuggle me?
As they wrap up at the Broken Lantern General Store, it's off to Zrinka's Inn, where they introduce Roland to her as well. The party gets a case of wine, they couldn't live without as they'll be traveling for some time, and some rations before Sorith arrives and the party hears about what happened to the Granny's May. They learn that the glade in which the Granny's May lived is now rotting as the magic is gone from the house. That evening, Laya sits and writes a letter to Luke in Rents.
Dear Luke.
Dear Luke, I won't let Emmerin lose you as a meat shield. Oh.
Dear Luke, I hope this letter finds you well. I wanted to write to let you know that we are heading to Brackacord and I'm unsure of when we will return.
Act 3, Part 2. Heading towards Brackacord. For the first time back in this area in a very long time, the party makes their way past Rents and Drael, on their way to Brackacord. During their travels, Sir Roland, riding out front, spots a tripwire strung across the road and suspects that there is an ambush waiting. Sir Roland bets Emmerin a gold piece that he cannot shoot the tripwire with an arrow from 20 paces.
Hey, Rolly. Bet you I can hit that tripwire from 20 paces.
I've got a gold piece that says you can't.
Emmerin easily bests this challenge, but before payment can be exchanged, a loud noise causes the initiative roll and the session concludes.